Israel's election campaign is all about the lines on this map. The next Israeli government may try to draw up a definitive border between Israelis and Palestinians on Israel's terms. So, as an exercise, we will give Israeli voters the chance to define their own borders. We start in Jerusalem. First, with the red pen, is Mark Luria.
Well, in most of the country, I think the borders should be where they are, excluding the Gaza Strip, going up along the coast, keeping the Golan Heights, and coming down to this area around the West Bank. Here, the route should be along the route of the security fence, which is mainly along the Green Line, except in 3 places. 1 going into the Ariel region, 2 going around the Ma'ale Adumim area, and 3 along the Gush Etzion block, and then keeping around the rest of the Green Line here. Now, the other thing is, in the Jordan Valley, I think that we should maintain the heights here and along here as well.
What would this be?
This would be basically 2 areas of the Palestinian state with a road with free access going between them.
In the center of Jerusalem, many have very definite views.
I would keep the Golan.
So you keep the Golan Heights?
Yes, for sure. It's a very important area for Israel.
And what are you doing here?
I'm going to keep the West Bank.
You're going to keep the West Bank?
Yeah, I believe in my faith. I believe, according to the Bible of the Jews, the Tanakh, the Israel land is ours.
Right, and so what about a Palestinian state?
It's not their state.
Next, we head to the hills of the West Bank, settled by Israel in defiance of international law. It's land the Palestinian people want for a state. Yisrael Medad, a Jewish settler, has his go with the red pen.
There's no reason to change the borders of southern Israel to Eilat and back up again to Gaza. However, I would like to keep the former Katif block, which is empty at the time, also because of the Qassam missiles that are coming in, straight up along Israel's Mediterranean Sea. Lebanese borders should not remain unchanged. The Golan Heights, definitely not because of the security issue. And straight down the Jordan River through the Dead Sea to connect.
So no Palestinian state here?
No Palestinian state.
Away from the front lines of the conflict, on the beach in Tel Aviv, many voters take the red pen in a different direction.
So we'll start from Tel Aviv here to the territories, and including Ariel.
Right, so you're taking the Ariel settlement block?
Yes.
But we leave the rest of the West Bank outside.
And then you're
exactly, the rest of the West Bank will take Ma'ale
So you take the
Adumim.
settlement block near Jerusalem.
Yeah.
Gush Etzion.
And Gush
Gush Etzion,
Etzion.
another one.
Exactly.
And then down to the Dead Sea.
Yes.
Gaza, I think.
You don't want Gaza?
No, we don't want it.
There are people living there. I hope they'll have a good life.
So this is a 2-state solution, a Palestinian state and an Israeli
Yes.
state.
Yes.
But for others, the borders are much more simple. Right, that doesn't leave any room for a Palestinian state.
I don't want the Palestinian state.
This was just an exercise. Up the hill, though, Israel's next government may try to set the borders for real. But it will know this: a legitimate international frontier cannot be drawn up by one side alone. James Reynolds, BBC News, Jerusalem.